mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
Because I have called and called and called for help.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at her and sad at her.
It's an update to a story we've been following closely on ABC Big 2 News. A Hobbs mother is in jail after police say she stabbed her son and then herself. Her son died from the wounds, but she's been recovering in the hospital ever since. Good evening, I'm Madeline Bierster.
And I'm Carson Bush-Jost. With Mary Johnson now behind bars, we obtained the body cam footage as well as the 911 calls the day of that stabbing.
And tonight we're taking a closer look at the investigation and a warning for some. This may be hard to watch. Here's that special report.
My wife has stabbed my son and herself.
A calm night turned tragic quickly after Lee County deputies say Mary Johnson stabbed her 11-year-old son, Bruce Johnson Jr., then herself in the middle of the night on July 10th.
He's stabbed in the back. He's got one knife sticking out of him right now. Yeah, the knife in his backbone is deep. It's all the way in.
Yes, okay.
The one on his rib cage is not moving much at all, bleeding much.
In the police affidavit, Bruce Jr. told police while in the hospital that his mom stabbed him. He died just hours later around 4 o'clock in the morning. Medical examiners believe he was stabbed 8 times. You can also hear this in the body cam footage released to us.
Dad loves you.
As Bruce Jr. is being carried on a stretcher to the ambulance. After 11 days in the hospital, Mary, however, survived the self-inflicted stab wounds. Since being released from the hospital, Mary was sent to the Lubbock County Detention Center. Jail records show she was there for around a week until she was moved to the Lee County Detention Center and charged with an open count of murder in the first degree. We did speak to someone close to the family who wanted to remain anonymous. This person has also seen the body cam footage released by the sheriff's office.
Because it was a lot to kind of go through with stomach, and even just hearing it was a big deal.
The 911 call reveals many details into what happened that early morning inside the home on North El Paso Street.
Yes, she stabbed my son, and she stabbed herself. Just stay right there and don't move, Bruce. Okay?
The 911 call and police reports reveal Bruce Sr. initially found his son with stab wounds after he woke up to screaming. After checking on his son, he searched the house for his wife, who he found in the kitchen.
He's stabbed in the chest.
I know.
Okay, is she breathing?
She moved her head when I walked up. Yes, she's breathing.
Bruce Sr. told deputies Mary had 2 small stab wounds and 2 bigger ones, but it was unclear what happened to the knife Mary apparently used on herself.
And where is the knife now? Is it the one that's still in your son? Bruce? Bruce, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, is the only knife she had, is it the one that's in your son?
No.
No?
There's no knife in her.
Between the blood and where it was, and he allegedly had different knives, or I guess that he said that there were different knives, in that moment, at that night. Mm-hmm. But when the deputies are talking, they can only find the one. The physics of that just don't add up to me.
When was the last time? Did you ever see the knife that she used on herself?
No, I don't know what happened. It's the same knife she used on my son. I don't know.
Well, that one was still in the back, correct?
Yeah, my son's stabbed in the back and it's sticking out of him.
Yes, sir.
Is there blood going from the kitchen to his room?
I don't know. I hadn't looked at the floor. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting discrepancies from what other people are told and what he texted other people to what the body cam footage states.
The source says Bruce Sr. has been in constant contact with his wife Mary ever since her arrest.
The fact that he put money on her phone books as well as on commissary really surprised me.
Bruce Sr.'s granddaughter lives on that street. Her and her husband came over once they saw ambulances. Bruce's granddaughter, Madison, can be heard in the body cam footage telling her grandfather, "You've got to protect him."
We've got to protect him.
As we previously reported, family members shared with us that Mary had a history of mental problems and would not take her medication.
I hate to say evil, but there were points where you could see something evil in her eyes. Like there was a disconnect. It was empty. There was something just not right.
That was confirmed by Bruce Sr. in the body cam footage.
My wife is bipolar and probably schizophrenic.
Okay.
Does she take medication for any of those?
She won't take it.
She doesn't take her medication?
Investigators also had to photograph Bruce Sr.'s hands, as he told investigators he had to help find where Mary was stabbed on her torso.
The one thing I noticed is that he said he allegedly helped her.
Sure you're not cut or anything like that.
There's a few people that he's mentioned that to.
It was dark in the kitchen, that's why you didn't see her, right?
But if you look at him and you look at his hands, they were mostly clean. Different because if there was allegedly a pint of blood on the floor where she was, there would have been more than just a few drops.
The source we spoke with has spoken with Mary since her arrest.
She knows why she's in there, because I asked, do you know why you're in there? She knows why she's in there. I haven't asked anything beyond that because I don't know if I want to know. I don't want to know if I remember or if she remembers, what happened that night. I don't want to know if she did it. I don't want to hear her say it yet. I'm not ready for that yet.
The Lee County Detention Center says Mary was arraigned in the Lovington Magistrate Court on Thursday, and the DA's office has filed a pretrial detention motion in her case. No bond has been set as of now.
You've been following this story closely. What is her status now in the detention center in Lee County?
Well, right now we know the jail confirms she is in the medical unit there, and family members confirm that's because of the mental concern that's there. Of course, we will follow this case throughout a trial if that happens and what comes next in the investigation. And for our